American 65, change tower runway 4 left short and line up and wait.
American 65, 4 left short, line up and wait.
Hello everybody, I'm DerTebbers. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, aboard our Lockheed P-3 Orion. This one is, well, the Navy livery is in World Watcher styling, so it's got a spine unit and that big radome underneath there. It doesn't really have the anti-submarine warfare equipment. I just figured I'd try it out because it's a little bit different than the anti-submarine equipment. Yay! What are we flying? Well, I already told you, but I'm going to say it again. It's a Lockheed P-3 Orion. It's a 4-engine turboprop anti-submarine and maritime surveillance aircraft. Designed for the United States Navy, produced in the 1960s. Let's power up our 4 Allison T-56A 14 turboprops, 4,600 shaft horsepower apiece. There's a nice extra view. Woo. Let's get inside our cockpit here. As we rumble down the road. Ooh, I probably need to give her some flappage. Do you have flaps? You do have flaps, and they deploy slowly. That's actually okay. Can you take off yet? You can take off. Woo! Into the air we go. Gears up. Alright, this is based on the Lockheed L-188. Yes, 188 Electra commercial airliner. It's easily distinguished from an Electra because it has a mad boom or tail stinger. Has a magnetic detection of submarines, a magnetic anomaly detector on that tail. Over the years, this aircraft has seen numerous design advancements, most notably to its electronics package. The P-3 is still in use by numerous navies and air forces around the world, primarily for maritime patrol, recon, anti-surface warfare, anti-submarine warfare, etc. Total of 734 P-3s have been built, and in 2012 it joined a handful of military aircraft, including the B-52 Stratofortress, the Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker, and the C-130 Hercules, as serving 50 years of continuous use by the United States military. These aircraft will eventually be replaced by the 737-based P-8A Poseidon. Now, this was designed to replace the piston-engine Lockheed P-2V Neptune, later called just a P-2, and the Martin P-5M Mariner, just the P-5 later. It's a more advanced aircraft to conduct, of course, maritime patrol, etc., etc. This aircraft is structurally different than the Electra, despite being built on the same sort of style. The aircraft is has 7 foot less fuselage forward of the wings with an opening bomb bay. Let's see if it actually is modeled. No, it is not. Okay. And a more pointed nose radome, distinctive tail stinger, wing hardpoints, and other internal, external, and airframe production technique enhancements. These 4 Allison T-56 turboprops give this aircraft a top speed of 411 knots at 761 kilometers an hour or 473 miles per hour. It's comparable to the fastest propeller fighters or even slow high bypass turbofan jets such as the A-10 Thunderbolt or the S-3 Viking. So this aircraft can move. Now, sales of the airliner, the L-188, were limited due to insufficiently strong engine mounts that caused vibration transmission to the wing spar, and this caused several crashes. Now, this jinxed the airliner. The military fixed the problem, but airlines immediately got rid of their L-188s. They considered them jinxed aircraft. Well, the military, really, fuel efficiency for its job is more important than anything else, and this aircraft has survived. Now the P-3, not this particular P-3, because this P-3 isn't designed for it, but the P-3 that would be on patrol duty, has a bomb bay internal under the front fuselage which can house conventional Mark 50 torpedoes or Mark 46 torpedoes and or special, read nuclear weapons. There's additional underwing stations for carrying stuff like harpoons, slams, slammers, mavericks, 127mm Zooey rockets, and various other things. Now that MAD and that tail boom, which we don't really have the full MAD tail boom, but the pack that you get I've given a link to the Air Force pack. The Mega Pack has some mad tail boomed ones. The magnetic anomaly detector is so sensitive that it has to be away from metals. So they put it out in this boom, which is a plastic or carbon fibered boom. Fiberglass, actually. Fiberglass, there we go. Far from the electronics and the ferrous metals of the airplane, it allows the MAD to work. Now, once on station, usually the number one engine is shut down to allow for longer loiter times. On occasion, both outboard engines can be shut down, weight, weather, and fuel permitting. Long, deep water, coastal, or border patrol missions can last 10 hours, may include extra crews. Record time aloft for a P-3, 21.5 hours, set by the Royal New Zealand Air Force, number 5 Squadron in 1972. Now, the U.S. Navy is not the only aircraft... patrol and anti-submarine is not the only thing this aircraft is used for. NOAA has a special version for hurricane hunting. That would be a wild ride. There's actually an air crash investigation about one that almost went down in the middle of a hurricane. U.S. Customs Service, Customs and Border Patrol uses these for drug interdiction and aerial surveillance missions. They use a specially adapted version of radar, and NASA has one of these for R&D purposes. It's a workhorse aircraft. In addition, Aero Union used to operate 8 XP-3As configured as air tankers, and they were leased to the U.S. Forest Service, the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, and other agencies for firefighting. Several of these were ended up in part of the air tanker scandal. Aero Union has gone bankrupt since then, and the P-3s are put up for auction. If you want one, you could buy one. Crew is dependent upon the mission, so you can have a crew of up to 11. Range is 2,380 nautical miles, or 4,400 kilometers, or an endurance loiter time of 16 hours. She can carry 20,000 pounds, or 9,100 kilograms of stuff that makes you go boom. Let's check out our... Maybe we do have a nice, pretty decent virtual cockpit. Let's check out our number 1. Nice. Number 2, yeah. Number 3, all right, there's our engines. Number 4, radar. Radar is good, and engines. That is, so we have autopilot. That looks like that looks like a planning. We got air stairs, doors, Bombay. I didn't think we had a Bombay. Did that actually open anything? Oh, it did! Look, we have a little nope, it didn't. I take that back. Huh. I don't know what that does then. Oop, not that one. That one. Huh. And that's it. Radio stack. They call this the radio stack. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. Alright, so this is a very nice model of a P-3. I love these kind of prop aircraft. As you guys know who watch enough, I can land them usually. I don't think I'm going to try to land this one because it's going to be really easy. I've actually completely unintentionally lined up with this airport down here. I guess we just have to watch airspeed. You can fly the barber pole a little bit. We're at 11,000. This thing climbs like a rocket ship, apparently. At least in this configuration. So the link, again, takes you to the Air Force Mega Pack. It is a very large download, but it includes a whole bunch of aircraft. Totally worth checking out. I've pulled several of them out of there because they don't have VCs. So I'm like, if you don't have a virtual cockpit, I don't want you. But other than that, it's a pretty darn nice pack. This Lockheed P-3 Orion is another nice one. Flying into some weather. And there are multiple versions with multiple different styles. So there is the standard anti-submarine. There's this World Watcher. There's a couple of others. I don't know what all of their configurations are, per se, because I'm not a big P-3 Navy guy. But I've flown and toyed with all of them, and they all fly the same, which you would expect because they're just modeled on the same thing, and they're fun. So, again, Lockheed P-3 Orion. We're going to probably not make this landing because there's no way I'm going to get down there. I'll have to loop back around or something. Well, actually, I might be able to. We're going to be right on the barber pole, though. Barber poles. Anyway, all right, I've been DerTebbers. This has been your Flight Simulator Explains Spotlight, the Lockheed P-3 Orion in the Air Force Mega Pack. Link is down below as always. Until next time, happy flying, everybody.
Good evening, ATO 101 Heavy.
ATO 101 Heavy, good afternoon. Wind 0908, 4 right, clear to land.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant stay.